Let me start recording and share screen, and let's start the assignment questions, okay?
Sure.
Okay. I don't want only Nazrul to share screen, okay? I want others to share screen as well. Okay. So the person who is sharing screen will get the job first. I don't want you guys to feel, okay, am I doing it right? What if other people are checking and I'm doing something incorrect? Okay.
Does anyone
So
want to go?
no, that's okay. Right now, I think Sohail is on the phone and he's connected from the phone. And Zia said, okay, because I need to know how you guys are doing and how you guys are doing, and I need to know how you guys are doing and if you're able to follow. Okay. Okay. So let's get started. Find the highest salary in each department in employees table. So first, tell me which table you will query.
HR employees.
Yes. So just do a simple select star and HR employees table. Okay. Now, which columns do I want which columns do I want to see finally?
Salary.
No, I want to see department ID and salary, right? Right?
Yeah. I mean, you're looking for the result of salary, but in department, yes.
I want to see the department ID, right? I want to see the department ID as well. So can you query department ID comma salary?
Okay.
Okay. Now, see, in each department, I want to calculate the maximum salary, right? I want to calculate the maximum salary in each department, right? So what is the output I want to see? Department ID 90 and then 24,000. Department ID 60 and then 9,000. Department ID 100 and 12,008, right? So I will say select department ID and then you will do an aggregate function, aggregate on salary column. Say max of salary. What will happen if you execute this? Will this work?
No.
It will not work. Okay, you have to say group by department ID and execute this. Okay, this will give you the maximum salary in each department. Is that clear? Is this clear to everyone? So the concept I'm trying to explain here is group by, okay? Now, if I want to find out the maximum salary as well as the minimum salary, so you'll just put max comma max salary comma min comma salary. Okay, if you want to see total salary in each department, okay, so you can never do this in Excel or TextPad. That is why companies pay millions of dollars for databases. Okay, I want to see the average salary. Same thing, whatever we did yesterday.
Right.
So in one, and then, okay, and then I also want to see the total employees in each department. At the end, just put count star. Is this clear to everyone? See, in one query, you can tell maximum salary in that department, minimum salary in that department, average salary, total salary, and the number of employees. Zia, is that clear?
Yes.
Okay. Krishna, is that clear? Okay. So
Yeah.
in one query, you can find out the health of the company, who is getting the highest salary, who's getting the lowest salary, who's getting the average salary, what is the total salary per department, and also how many people are there in the company. Okay. So get rid of all of that. You can just keep max salary, and everything after max salary, delete it and execute this. Okay, I only want, see, I'm getting maximum salary for each department, right? I don't want to see for each department. I only want to see for department ID 10, 20, and 30. So how will you do it? So I don't want to see all records. I want to filter out some records.
You can use the where command, right?
Yeah, you have to use a where, that's correct. Where department underscore ID in 10, 20, 30. Okay, execute this. Is that clear? Now I want to see only departments whose maximum salary is greater than 10,000.
Say it again. I'm sorry.
What do you see on your screen? You see 4,400, 13,000, and 11,000. I only want to see departments whose maximum salary is greater than 10,000. So you want to, I don't want to see 3 rows. I want to see only 2 rows. So I want to filter out data, right? So, but I want to filter out data on the aggregate column. So you have to say having.
Right.
No, you cannot say max salary. You have to say having of max salary greater than 10,000. You cannot use where. In the last line, type in having. Guys, know the difference between where and having. It's an interview question. Having max of salary greater than 10,000. Just execute this. Know the difference between having and max. Where and having. Where is used to filter out data. Having is also used to filter out data, but on a column on which you're doing aggregate. Is that clear? Is this clear? Okay. Now I also want to see lowest salary on the top and the maximum salary on the bottom. I want to see 11,000 on the top and 13,000 on the bottom. So you will just say order by max of salary.
Do you always have to put the aggregate function in it?
Yeah, you have to say order max of salary and execute this. So in one query, you're using select, where, group by, having, and order. Is that clear? Okay. Next question I'm not going to do. You guys, you should know how to do it. Let's move on to the third question. Find the total number of indexes in each table. Okay. So which table will you query first? Tell me. Zia, can you answer that? I want to find out the total number of indexes in each table. Wait, hold on.
No. I just.
Okay. So which table will you query? No, you will not query all tables. I'm not asking for table information. I'm asking for index information. So you will query all underscore indexes. Okay, and execute this. So be careful so I'm asking for index information. Okay, find the total. So now I'm saying find out the total number of indexes in each table. Okay, what do you want to see when you run your final query? What columns do you want to see?
Table and the number.
Very good. You want to see the table and the count star, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so type in select table, get rid of star, type in table underscore name, count star. Okay, This will not work. This will not work. You have to do group by, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Please go through yesterday's recording. Say group by table underscore name. That's it. So this will tell you how many indexes are there in each table. Okay, this will tell you how many indexes are there in each table, right? Is that clear? Okay, let's move on to the fourth one. Find the table with the highest number of columns. Okay, so which table will you query first? Tell me that.
All tab columns.
That's correct.
Okay. Name the highest number of the columns.
Okay, so which columns do I want? Do I want all columns owner, table name, column name, data type mod, data type owner? No. I only want the table and count star, right?
Yeah.
So get rid of star and type in table underscore name, comma count star. So this will tell you, find out, it will give you the table and the total number of columns. Execute this. You have to do group by. You have to do group by. You keep forgetting that. Execute this. So this will give you table and the number of columns in each table. I want to see the table with the highest column. So say order by count star max. Order by count star and DESC. Execute this. So I have a table with 179 columns. Can you query that table? That table has 179 columns in it. Copy that column name, copy that table name from there. Do Control C and then paste it there. This will not work. You have to put the schema name.
Okay.
What's the schema name for this table? Can someone tell me how to find out the schema name for a table?
To find the owner.
In the select statement, put owner also. In your select statement, the one which you just queried before that, Nazrul, I'm talking to you only.
Yeah. Go ahead.
The query which you just wrote before this.
This?
Yeah. Okay, forget about this. I give you a table name.
Okay.
Can you find out which schema it belongs to? I gave you a table name. Can you find out which schema it belongs to?
That would be
Which table will you query?
say
Can
select.
somebody, Azia, can you answer this? Sohail, can you answer this? I have a table name. I want to know which schema it belongs to. If you guys cannot answer this, then you haven't understood anything in the last 3 classes.
Okay. Yeah. All tables.
Okay.
Select star
From all underscore tables.
All tables where no.
Where table underscore name equals single quotes and then Control V.
Right.
Execute this. It will tell you which schema it belongs to. Which schema does this table belongs to?
Apex
Yeah.
0.
Okay. Do select star on select star from apex dot and then the table name. Execute this. Okay, this table has how many columns? Scroll to your right. So this table has 179 columns in it. Is that clear? Zia,
Yes.
is this
Yes.
clear? I need more participation from you, Zia and Suhail. I cannot take classes like this. I need more participation from you guys. Okay. So this is the biggest table. Okay, let's move on to the next one. So I said create a table. Did you already create this table?
Yes.
Okay, can you drop those tables and recreate them? Okay. So, and now I ask you to insert these records into the table.
Okay, they create.
Okay, so I want you to join these two tables. Do select star on both the tables.
Mm, where did it-
So how do you join two tables? Yeah, so I have two tables here, right? So I want to, so in one table I have employee ID, employee name, department ID. In the other table I have department ID and department name. So I want to see employee ID, employee name, department ID, and department name in one query, right? So can you join these two tables? I have table A and table B. We discussed one on Saturday. Entire Saturday we discussed joins.
Yes,
So
okay.
can you write a query to join these two tables?
Okay.
No, not like that. Do select star from.
No, I was gonna put those alias.
Okay.
Um,
Copy the table name. It's there on the top. Call this as A and put the aliases.
what's going on?
A dot emp ID.
It's my,
Okay, place your cursor before inner and hit enter. Place your cursor before inner and hit enter. Select A dot emp ID, A dot, there is nothing called as, hold on, A dot name, B dot budget, department ID, B dot depart from, inner join on A dot department ID. Okay, can you execute now? Okay. So this is how in one query you will display employee ID, employee name, department ID, and department name. Now I want to find out if this query is doing so I want you to fine tune a query. Okay, I want to know if this query is taking a long time. Right now you can't tell the difference because it's only 2 or 3 records. So how will you somebody gives you a query like this, so and they will say, can you make this query, optimize this query, or fine tune this query? So how will you do it? First of all, tell me, is that the complete question? Show me that.
oh, the question.
Can you scroll down?
This is the question.
Okay, can you okay.
That's not the complete one. You
Yeah,
wanted.
so that's not the complete question. Yeah, so I don't want to see employee ID 2. I only want to see employee ID 1 and 3, right? So you will type in where a.empid in 1, 3. Okay, so you have, so, okay, now you have to check. Okay, first of all, tell me, how do you get the explain plan? You have to run some diagnostics. You have to check if the query is doing a full table scan or not. Okay, so it is doing a full table scan. You can see that on your screen, right? Guys, people who are not practicing and not sharing screen, you will not understand this. Okay, next class, I don't want Nazrul to share screen. Okay, so it is doing a full table scan. Okay, so what is the fix for this? How to make sure that full table scan doesn't happen?
So you create index on
Very good.
both the
So how
columns.
many indexes will you create?
3.
Very good. That's the right answer. You will create 3 indexes. Which columns will you create indexes on?
On a department ID and a AMP table, and department ID on a department table, and
Very
the
good.
AMP ID on the AMP table.
Very good. So you will create an index on the columns on which you're joining, as well as on the column you're using in the where statement. Okay, please create index. Right now, I don't care, just create B-tree index. Okay, so you first need to analyze the data. If it has too many duplicates, you will create bitmap. If it has very few duplicates, you will create B-tree. Okay, right now just create B-tree index. So how do you create indexes? Create index, index name, and then on table name, and then in brackets you will type in the column name. Okay, so now it is not doing a full table scan, but can you scroll down on the right side? Scroll all the way to the bottom. You still have to create an index on the wait statement also, on the column which is being used in the wait statement. Okay, so can you create an index on the column being used in the wait statement?
So Abdul,
Oh, you
since
already created.
I
Okay, you
did it
already created.
together, yeah.
Okay. Okay, very good. So that's the reason you're not seeing any full table scan. Okay, now it is only doing index scan now. Instead of querying every single row in the table, it's not doing a full table scan. Okay, now go to the next question. Okay, let's cover some new topics now. Okay, very good. Okay, so let me share screen. Can you guys see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, suppose I have a table like this, empid name. So I'm going to show you how to delete duplicates from a table. Okay, I'm going to show you how to remove duplicate, how to delete. Okay, I have something like this: 1 comma Abdul comma 10, 1 comma Abdul comma 10, and 1 comma Abdul comma 10. You will not understand this if you don't know group by. 2 comma Atik comma 20. This is frequently used at work, and this is important for interview also. 3 comma Tom, comma 30. Suppose I have a table like this, right? My requirement here is I want to delete duplicates. So I want to delete these two rows and I want to delete this row, right? Correct? So my output should be like this. This is how my output should be like. 1 Abdul 10, 2 Atik 20, and then 3 Tom 30. This is how my what my output should look like. Is that question clear to everyone?
Yeah.
I have duplicates on the table. I want to delete duplicate record. Okay. So how will you delete duplicates? Can I say delete from table where empid equals to 1? Then it will delete all of this, right? Can I say delete from table where empid equals to 2? It will delete all of this, right? Right?
Right.
Is this question clear? The problem I'm facing, I cannot say delete from table where empid equals to 1. It will delete all empid. I want to delete duplicates and keep one row. I want to delete duplicates and keep at least one row. Okay, very common issue at work and in interview they will ask you. So you cannot use delete statement. Okay, so that's the reason. And how do you delete just this row? I cannot just delete this row, right? Because there is nothing differentiating between this row and nothing differentiating between this row from this row, right? So if I say delete from empid equals to 1, it will delete this one, and this one. But I only want to delete this one and this one. So how do I differentiate between this row and this row in the database? So I'm going to cover a new topic right now. It's called row ID. Okay, so what is a row ID? Okay, I'm actually covering 2 interview questions with this exercise. I'm going to cover how to remove how to delete duplicates and what is row ID. 2 interview questions in one shot. So what is a row ID? A row ID is the address where this record exists on the hard disk. You have a hard drive, right? Suppose you have a hard drive like this. Okay, one record will be here, one record will be here, one record will be here, one record will be here. So this record will be here. 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 Okay, each record will have its own place in the database. Okay, each record will have its own unique. Each record will have its unique place on the hard disk. So the address for this row is something going to be like this: AAA 111. Okay, the address for this row will be AAA 1112. The address for this one will be AAA 1113. The address for this one will be AAA 1114. The address for this one will be AAA 1115. And the address for this one will be AAA 1116. Is that clear? Is this clear to everyone?
Yeah.
Each row will have its unique address. Okay, so let me show you that. So I have this table here. Okay, I have duplicates. If I want to delete this one, if I say delete from table where empid equals to 1, see what happens. Delete from table where empid equals 1 and see what happens. And if it says 4 rows deleted, if I do select star, all the records got deleted. Okay, I'm going to do a rollback. Okay, if I do a rollback, I can get the data back. If I do a commit, it will be permanently saved. Okay, so how do I see a row ID? So I will get rid of star and type in empid name, department ID, and then row ID. and if I execute this, so it will give me the exact address on the hard disk where this is saved. Do you see AAC, AAD, the entire thing is same except the last bit is different. C, D, E, F, A, B, C, something like this. Do you see that? Do you see it? Do you see these addresses?
Yes, yes.
Okay, these are hexadecimal addresses on the hard disk on the Oracle server. Now I'm able to differentiate between this row and this row using this address, right? Right? I'm able to differentiate between this row and this row using this address. So this is how I delete duplicates. So I will say delete from table where row ID not in select min of row ID, select min of row ID from table. So let me write this in a separate line. If you do not understand group by this, you will not understand what I'm doing. So I said delete from table with row ID in, not in, select min of row ID from this table and group by emp ID and say group. So I'm going to execute the inner query. Okay. Let me execute this one first. Okay, this is how my data looks like. Right? This is how my data looks like. Is this clear? Now, I am saying delete from this table where row ID. So what happens when I execute the inner query? What happens when I execute the inner query? I'm saying give me the min row ID for each employee. So what is the min row ID? This is the min row ID for these 4 rows, because I'm doing a group by this, right? So it will give me, this is the minimum value. Just the assignment, whatever we did in each department, find out the maximum value, minimum value. The same thing I'm doing here. For each group, give me the minimum value. Then for 2 Atik, this is the minimum value. Oh no, and then for 3 Wasim, this is the minimum value, right?
So is it for the address wise? Is it the max is the latest one?
Yeah, so I said min row ID.
Okay.
So it is giving me, so I am picking out these values. So I'm saying delete from this table, delete everything from these table except the highlighted rows. Did you understand? Delete everything
Yeah.
from this table except the highlighted rows. Delete from the table where row ID not in, these highlighted rows. Is that clear?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's not clear to few people. So I'm saying delete from this table, delete everything from this table except where row ID not in the minimum row ID. Everything else delete it except these ones. So I'm saying delete from this table where row ID not in. So first I calculated the minimum row IDs for each person. You can say min or max also. You can use max. If I keep max, then this one will be left over. These ones will be left over. If I say max, then this one will be left over. And for Wasim, they are both the same because Wasim has only 1 row. So min and max will be the same for Wasim. If I say max, then the 4th row for Abdul, but there is no way to differentiate between these 4 rows. So I don't care if this one gets deleted or this one, right? I mean, this one gets saved or this one gets saved. So let me just execute this. So I see 4 rows got deleted, right? So let me do select star on this table. I will be only left with 1 row for each employee. Is that clear? Once again, you will not understand this if you don't know group by. This is how my data was. I did a rollback. I'm saying delete from the table, except I'm calculating the minimum row ID first. And then I'm saying delete from everything from this table, except where row ID not in select min row ID. Okay, so if I do select star this table, you will see only these records. Is this clear to everyone? First, you need to know what is group by. Then you need to know what is row ID. Then I'm combining how to delete what is row ID. It's the unique address. Even though a table can have exactly exact duplicate records, but even though they can be differentiated because they live in separate addresses. Okay, is that clear? And then
Yeah.
I wrote a delete statement, delete from this table with row ID not in this.
Abdul, I have a question.
Yeah,
In a group by clause, the column that you're indicating, you don't have to have it in the select statement, is it?
because this is, see, every table has this row ID. Yeah. So usually, so yesterday I said whatever you have in the, not yesterday, what did I say? Whatever is there in the group by should be there in the select statement. But when you're using row ID, you don't have to have this. And also I cannot say row ID here. I cannot say emp ID here because I'm looking for row ID. I'm saying where row ID not in, I cannot say employee ID comma row ID. Okay, whatever you have outside the bracket, inside the bracket you should have the same column. This value and this value should always be the column name should be the same. Is that clear?
No, I was talking about the second subquery.
Yeah, I cannot have employee ID here. Why can I not have employee ID here?
No,
Because,
I'm just saying that if you you said whatever the columns that you have it in the select statement and not part of the aggregate, then you must put it in the group by.
yeah, right now I don't have anything.
Right, right. So
So I just
so you don't have to have it, but you can still write it in group by clause. Okay.
yes, only in this case. Only in this case.
Okay.
But normally, whenever you have anything in your select statement, should be there in the group by. But in this case, we are just doing a min of row ID. So you don't need, in this case, you don't need.
Got it.
Is that clear to everyone? This is how you delete duplicates, and this is the concept of row ID. So now the next interview question is, what is the difference between row ID and row num? 3 interview questions back to back. How do you delete duplicates in a table? What is row ID? And what is the difference between row ID and row num? Row num is pretty easy. So all you have to do is select star from HR dot, oh sorry, what's this? Okay, this works in SQL Server. Okay, over here it does not work, so I will have to spell it out. So what are my column names? Emp ID.
Can you do use a alias and use it?
So emp ID, I'll have to spell it out, name and then dpt ID. Okay, so what is row num? Row num will just assign values to each column. Sorry, row underscore num. Row underscore num?
No, no, no. It's row num.
It's row num only, right?
Yeah.
So what's the error message I'm getting? SQL command not properly entered. Select emp ID, name, department ID. Oh, I have two HR. Okay. So row num will just assign values in increasing order. That's all it's doing. Whereas row ID will be the hexadecimal address on the disk. Is that clear?
So one is basically a physical address. Other one is a number creates dynamically, right?
Yeah, it just creates something in. It just creates something to display. It's not, so when you query this table again, it will not have those row number. Okay.
Right.
You will only have this. But if you just want to see how many records are there, or like, you can just generate values and see on the screen, right?
Right.
So row ID is the physical address on the disk. Row num is just generating values in sequence. And how do you delete records? You can delete records with 5 or 6 different ways in the database. Just stick with row ID, okay?
Okay.
4 ways. There is.
So the row ID would be is it only for Oracle, correct?
Yeah, so you can use this one. You can use rank. You can use self join. You can use analytics. There are many different. They see all these different ways. Okay, you don't need to. The person who is accessing your end user, they don't care if you used self join or if you used row ID. They don't care. All they care is the duplicates are removed. Okay, but if you're interested in interview, if they ask you how do you delete duplicates, and if you tell them more than one way, they'll be impressed. Okay, you can save this. You can go through this. We don't have time to go through all of them. Okay, is that clear? Zia, is that clear? Krishna?
Yes.
Sunil? Is that clear? Okay, so we covered all those topics. So now let me hold on. So let me cover. Yeah, we don't need all of this. Okay, so I have this table here. I want to change Abdul's name from lowercase Abdul to uppercase Abdul. So Zia, how can I do it? Zia or Sohail? I want to convert Abdul from lowercase to uppercase Abdul. How would I do it? Zia or Sohail, how do I do it? I'm asking a simple question. How do I change Abdul from lowercase Abdul to uppercase Abdul here? No, Krishna, I want to actually change inside the table. I don't want to display. So what you're saying is, so you're saying do this, right? But I want to physically change so this is what will only display. But when I go back and query the table again, it will still show it in lowercase. So my question is, I want to change it inside. So you have to use update statement. Guys, I'm not getting the answers I'm looking for. After 2 months, you guys will say, I spent 2 months with you. Where is my job? Okay. Update table, set name equals Abdul. Nazrul, can you complete this?
Where emp ID
Very
equals
good.
1.
Very good. So where emp ID equals 1. I can clearly tell who's practicing and who's not. Okay. So whenever you're doing an update, please use a where statement. Whenever you're using a delete, please use a where statement. If I just execute this right now,
We'll change it to everyone.
Everybody will get updated. Okay. So remember this. Anytime you insert data or update data or delete data, anytime you perform a DML on a table, please take a backup of the table. Okay. Once again, whenever you're performing any DMLs, inserting data, updating data, deleting data, always take a backup of the table. Okay. How do you take a backup of a table before performing? So there is a simple way. So all you have to do is create table HR underscore EMP underscore dupes underscore BKP. Just type in, you can type in anything. And this is a good practice. So always put the time also. If somebody is looking at this table, when they see this table in the schema, they'll know this is a backup table of this table, and this was created on 2/26/2020. So this is how you take a backup. Create table name as select star from this table. So this will create a backup of it. So what happens when you execute this? First, it will execute select star, and then it will execute. So let me execute the entire thing. This will create a backup table. See, it created a backup table here. So when I query this table, it will have the same data as the main table. So now go ahead and change something in this table. Okay, and you can do a commit. Now somebody comes back and says, okay, you are not supposed to update that table. We'll say, no worries, I will restore the data back from this table. Okay, you can say, okay, no worries, I will restore the data back from this table. See, if somebody says, oh, you are not supposed to change this, or you are not supposed to do this, you will say, don't worry, I took a backup. Okay, I took a backup. I can restore the data back from the table. Is that clear? So you already have the data from the original table stored somewhere safe. Now you can restore the data back into the original table. How do you do that? Let's truncate this table. Truncate this table. So you will truncate the main table. Oh, sorry. You will use truncate table and then table name. Okay. And then you will say select star into select star into this table. No, wait, not select star. Insert into this table as select star from the backup table. As select star from the backup table. So this is how you insert into table values. No, there is something wrong. Hold on 1 second, okay? Sorry, I forgot that. Insert into. Insert into table values. Okay. How do I insert data from one table to another table? I think it's select star into one. Null values, update, delete, max, between. Insert into, yeah. The insert and copies data from one table and inserts it to another table. So I forgot the syntax. Insert into table name. That's what I did, right? Insert into table name. Insert into table. Select star. Yeah, that's what I did. Oh, okay. I don't know. Maybe I was not. Okay, now if you query this main table, it will have the data back because you restored the data back in from the backup table. Is that clear?
Yeah.
Is this clear to everyone? How to restore data back from one table to another table? Always take a backup of a table. Okay. So one of the jobs of the DBA is to take, I forgot to tell you yesterday, the DBAs have to take backup of the tables every day. The DBA will take a backup of the entire server every day. Suppose what happens today, your entire database crashed. Okay, so they can restore the data back from yesterday. Okay, every company will take a backup of the database. It's not your job, it's the job of the DBA. But it's your responsibility before you load data into a table or insert or update or delete, perform any DML on a table. It's your responsibility to take a backup of the table. Okay, it's your responsibility. Just in case something goes bad with your insert or update, you can restore the data. You can restore the data back. Is that clear? So how do you take a backup of a table? You say select, you'll say create table name as select star from this table. And then how do you insert data? Insert into, you will say insert into something like this. This will help you take backup of a table. This will help you insert data from backup table into the main table. Okay. Is that clear to everyone? Wasim, what's your question?
No, regarding the insert part, that got corrected. The where I was just telling about the where condition.
Oh, okay. Okay. Got it. Okay. So this is how you do it. Okay. Let me give you a real-time issue at work. Okay. Let me give you a real-time issue from my work, and a lot of people will have this requirement at work. Okay. You have a table here. Okay. You will be asked to add a new column. Add a new column called salary, and it should be the third column. It should be the third column. And then restore data back. So my requirement here is I have this data. I want to add a new column between name and department ID, and I want this data to in that table. Is that question clear to everyone?
Yeah.
Yes.
Zia, is that question clear? My requirement here is add a new column. So I have this table. I will be asked to add a new column between name and department ID. And then I also want to see this data. Can someone tell me how to add a new column? Zia, can you answer that? Zia or Suhail, how do you add a new column in the table? We did this. Okay, can somebody answer how to add a new column? Yes, that's correct.
Alter table.
Yeah, that's correct, Krishna, and yeah, so that is correct. You can use alter statement to add a new column. There is a problem with using altered statement. Altered statement will only add a column at the end. Altered, you cannot use altered statement and tell where the column should be added. By default, it will only add at the end, right? So I cannot use altered statement in this scenario, right? Is that clear? I cannot use altered statement because it will add a column at the end. The business users or the end users, they want a column to be added in the middle, right? So what can I do? I will have to drop the table and recreate, right? I will have to drop the table and recreate. But if I drop the table, my data will be lost. So first take a backup, right? So first take a backup, which I already did, right? So first take a backup, which I already did. So after you take a backup, so I already have the backup here. So after you take a backup, you can drop this table. You can say drop table and then table name. And then you can create the table again. Create table. You don't have to write this entire table thing again. You can get this, you can go to the table structure and get the actual SQL. Okay. I'm too lazy to type the SQL. So I'll just go where the table is existing, double click on this, go here and get the create table here. Okay, I will get this statement. So I will drop this table and I will create a brand new table. I don't know why Oracle does this. It puts everything in double quotes when you copy the create statement. Internally, it does that, but all you can do is you can do Control H and replace all. So what's the first thing? You will drop the table and then you will create a table and you will put salary in the middle. Here. So you will create a table. So first let's drop this table. Table got dropped. Then we will create a table again. Table got created. But when I do select star on the table, this table will be empty, but I will have half of the requirement is done. Now, since I took a backup of the table, I can restore the data back from the backup table into this table using this query. Okay. So what is my table name? This is my table name. But there is a problem now. My backup table has 3 columns and my new table has 4 columns, right? Right? My backup table has 3 columns and my new table has 4 columns. So this is what I will say: insert into table values and then empid name salary, and then I will say select star insert into insert into, and then I will put the backup table name here, underscore bkp underscore 2020. Is that clear? Why does it say that insert into table? Oh, sorry, this should come before. I think I'm doing something incorrect. Okay. Insert into table, column 1, column 2, column 3. Oh, I am not supposed to use the one. See, 3 rows got inserted. Previously, how did I insert the data? When I did not have, when the number of columns were the same. So this is how I did it previously. Previously, this is what I do it. I'm doing the same thing, except now I have more columns, right? So I have to specify which column, which data goes into which column. So now let me do a select star on the table. Now I will have 4 columns. Oh, wait. Sorry.
Your salary, yeah, that's
Okay, I was not supposed to say salary. I was supposed to say department
ID.
Okay, my mistake. So truncate table. Let me write this. I'm going to truncate this table again, and I'm going to write insert into the main table empid name department ID from backup table. Now let me do select star from the main table, and now I have the data here. This is very common. Add a column in the middle and restore the data back. It's very, very common at work. Probably do this once in 2 weeks or once in 3 weeks. I will always remember. I always have to do this. Is that clear? How to take a backup? Okay, so you can ignore all of this, whatever we did today. Okay, we can ignore all of this, what we did today. Just remember this. Just remember these. This is how you take a backup of a table. Okay, this query will show you how will create a backup of a table. Then you will drop the table. Then what did you do? Then you will say drop table and then the table name. Then say drop table and then the table name. And then first you will take a backup, then you will drop the table, and then you will create a table with salary in the middle. And then you will write insert into table which columns, because this table has 4 columns. This table has 4 columns now. So you'll say, even though I have 4 columns, just insert data from 3 columns because the backup table has 3 columns in it. Anybody has any questions? How to take a backup, how to restore data from backup table to the main table when the columns are same, how to restore data from a backup table to the main table when the columns are different. Okay, please practice this. This is very commonly used at work. Okay, now I'll give you this if you guys need it. So this is restore data from backup table if columns are same. If columns are same, and this one is restore data from backup table if columns are different. And this one is create backup of a table. Okay. Also remember, please do not make any changes to the 7 tables which Oracle provided you. Never ever make changes. Okay. Never try to insert or update or delete records in this table. What are the 7 tables provided by Oracle? Employees, department, job history, locations, and countries. Never ever make any changes. If you want to make changes to these tables, create backup tables. Okay. How do you create backup tables? I just showed you. Create table hr.employees underscore bkp as select star from. Okay, so I create. Now in this backup table, do whatever you want. In this backup table, do whatever you want. Okay, do not perform any DMLs on the 7 tables provided by Oracle. Okay, create a backup, and on that backup table, try to insert, delete, drop, do whatever you want. I don't care. Okay, this is the backup table which got created. Okay, in this backup table, do whatever you want. I don't care. Okay, suppose I want to take a backup. So I'll show you something else right now. I have a table and I have all these records in this table. I only want to take a backup of a table for department ID 60. So you can say as select star from hr.employees where department underscore ID equals 60. Okay, so what happens if you take a backup of this? A new table will be created which will only have employees from department ID 60. It's not necessary to take a backup of the entire table. You can also take a partial backup. You can also take a partial backup. Now this backup table only has people from department ID 60. Clear?
Yes.
Okay, you don't have to take a full backup every time. You can take a partial backup. Okay. Now, you guys can save this if you want. Let's go back to my favorite table, HR.employees. Do you guys see this null? Okay.
Yeah.
Let me, I don't want to see all columns. I only want to see employee underscore ID, first underscore name, salary, and then COMM, commission underscore percent. Now my requirement, okay, I don't want to see for all employees. I want to see 66. Let me filter out data with employee underscore ID in 100 comma 167. Okay, this is a good example. Now my requirement here is anytime I see a value null, what does null mean? No value, right? It's empty. And one null is not equals to another null. So my requirement here is whenever I see the value null, I don't want to see null. I want to see 0. How can I do this? Everybody should be able to answer. Everybody should be able to answer.
The question again?
My question here is, I don't want to see null. Wherever it is null, I want to see 0.
Okay.
How would I do it? You guys should know not one way. You guys should know 2 different ways of doing this. Who can answer this?
You can use NVL function.
Okay.
One way.
I did not teach NVL. So please don't tell me NVL. I'm asking the entire class. That's the reason I said everybody in this class, they should be able to answer this. Wherever I see commission percent null, I want to see value 0. We covered this less than 24 hours ago. Case and decode, right? Didn't I cover this? Case and decode. What is case and decode? If satisfies this condition, then display this. Otherwise, display this, right?
Right. If it's null,
We
then
covered this less than
0.
24 hours ago. You guys cannot be blank like this. Okay. So please help me out. Let's do case. Okay. How will I write case? So I will write after commission person, I'll write case when commission underscore percent is null, then 0. Else continue to display commission percent. If it's not null, then display. If it's, so my requirement here is if it's 0, display null, otherwise otherwise carry on displaying whatever it's there. I don't know how many of you are understanding this. So I created a new column using case. I'm using case when commission percent is null. When commission percent is null, display 0. Otherwise, continue to display this. Is that clear?
Yeah.
Is this clear? Zia, Suhail?
Yes.
So if then else can be done with the help of case and decode. I'm not going to cover decode. Okay, you guys do it. Now Oracle created something called as an NVL. Okay, instead of whenever you're dealing with null values, Oracle said you don't have to write complete commission case and then decode. They said, okay, we will give you something ready-made. So you can type in NVL and then the column name and then just type in 0. So what does this mean? So what does this mean? NVL means null value. So if it's null, display 0. Otherwise continue to display 0. So all of this code can be put into this 3 letters, 3 alphabets there. See, this is how NVL works. So you can get rid of all of this KS and all of this. Let me just show you this. So this is how NVL works. If it's null, it will display 0. Otherwise, it will continue to display whatever it's the value. Is that clear?
Yeah.
If NVL value is clear. Okay. Now, why can I say if the value is null, display alphabet A here? Can I say can I display alphabet A here? Nazrul, if percent is null, can I say right now I'm displaying 0? Can I display alphabet A?
Not sure.
It depends.
Probably not.
If this is a varchar field, I can display A here. If this is a number field, I cannot display.
Okay. Okay.
So commission percentage is what?
Number.
It is a number field. Okay. Commission percent is a number field. So you cannot display A here. Okay. If you try to display A here, it will give you an error message. Okay. So it says invalid number. If it's a number field and you're replacing values in a number field with NVL, you have to use number only. Okay. This is how NVL works. Okay. So what are the topics left? So select is done, distinct is done, where is done, and or not is done, order by is done, insert into is done, null values is done, update, delete, min and max, count, average, sum, like, wildcards, in, between, aliases, joins, inner, left, right, full, self. Okay, I still have to do union. Group by is done, having is done, exists. I've never used exists. So case is done, null functions is done. You will not do any of this. This is all done by DBA. You will not create database. You will definitely not drop database. If you drop a database, you get dropped from the company. Okay, you don't have to take backup of the database. The DBA will take backup of the database. Create table, you know, drop table, you know, alter table, you know, constraints, you know, not null, you know, unique, you know, primary key, you know, very well. Foreign key, you know, very well. Check, default, indexes, you know, very well. I will do auto increment. Let's do auto increment. Let's do auto increment and let's do union. Let's do union. Okay, let's do union. And if we have time, we have time. Let's do union and let's do auto increment. Anybody has any questions so far? Any questions so far? Please save all of these queries and please practice it. Okay, let me show you what is a union. Once again, very important interview question. What is the difference between union and union all? Follow-up question will be, how is union different than union in Power Center? I'm going to cover I'll cover both interview questions. So I covered 3 interview questions here. I'm going to cover 2 interview questions here. What is the difference between union and what is the difference between union and union all? What is the difference between union in databases and union in Power Center? Okay. So I have data like this. I have a company and I have 2 locations, one in California and one in New York. Okay. So California employees are in a table called emp_ca. I have emp ID, name, department ID, and then I have data like this: 1 Abdul, 10, 2 Atik, 20. Okay, this is how I have data. Then I have another table called emp underscore ny. Okay, I have data like this in that table. Clear? Now I want to see how many employees I have in the company. First, I will have to query this table, and then I will have to query this table. I want to show everything in one screen. I don't want to write two select statements. I want to write one select statement to show all of this. This is how I want to see data. This is how I want to see data. So how will I do it? This is how I want to see data. So how will I do it? So we use joins, we use union. How many of you are getting this confused with joins? How many of you thought we can use this with joins? Guys, I want answers. Is there any confusion with joins and union?
I did.
Okay. Joins is this is a join. This is a join and this is a union. Now tell me if you still have a problem, if you still have a question. This is join, this is union. Any questions? Or is it still not clear? Yes or no? If it's yes, I can proceed.
It's clear from me.
Okay. Union means you will stack data on top of each other. Okay. Union join means you have data here and you're missing department name. Then you will join on this one and this one. This is sideways. This is on top of each other. This is sideways. So I will join this table with this table using department ID. Then these two tables are joined now, and it's like one table now. Over here, I'm not missing any columns, but I just want to see data from both tables into one single place. Is that clear? That's the difference between joins and union.
Got it.
So when do you use join? When you're missing a column name. For example, in my
Column.
yeah, I don't have department name here, so I would have to join on another table sideways and then display everything. Union. I have data here. I have data here. I want to show all of it in one screen. Then you do a union. Okay. So let's practice. Okay, I don't know if I have any tables here. So let me quickly create a table. Create table emp underscore. I am sure I already have emp underscore ny. Let's say emp underscore Washington State, and then I will say emp ID number emp, and so I will say emp name, emp underscore name, and I will say varchar 215, and then I will say department underscore ID is number. In this one, I will insert some data. Insert into emp underscore WA, and I will insert data in this values 1 comma Abdul comma 10. commit. Then I will insert 2 comma Atik comma 20. I'm going to place my cursor here and I'm going to exit it. So table got created, 2 records got inserted, and a commit also happened in one shot. Okay, you will not create table, you will not run one insert statement, do a commit, then run another statement. No. Okay, you should be comfortable with creating table and inserting records in one shot and doing a commit in one shot. Okay, now I have data like this. I'm going to create another table and I will say emp underscore Nevada. Okay, and I'm going to insert the same value, and over here I will insert 3 comma Sam comma 30. Oops, I'm going to place my cursor here and execute this. So another table got created, 2 records got inserted, and did a commit. Now let me see data in these 2 tables. Now I want to see data from these 2 tables. So how will I do it? So I will execute this. So I have these 2 tables here. Okay. Now I want to see on my screen, I want to see data from 2 different tables into one single view. So I will say select star from this table, and then I will type in union, and then select star from the other table and execute this. So do you see data from 2 different states? I'm seeing it in one single view. Is that clear? Is that clear?
Yeah.
So you guys didn't notice any difference?
I did.
Yeah, what's the difference? What happened?
Union basically removed a duplicate.
That is correct. So Abdul is present in Nevada and Washington, but I'm only seeing one here. So how do you, if union will remove duplicates, if you want to see all records, you'll have to use union all. Very important interview question. What is the difference between union and union all? Okay, union will remove duplicates, union all will show duplicates. Second question, what is the difference between union in Power Center and union in SQL? Union in SQL will remove duplicates, union in Power Center will not remove duplicates. It's the opposite. Is that clear to everyone? In Power Center, I'll cover starting next week. Is this clear? What is the difference between union and union all? Union will remove duplicates in SQL. Union all will not remove duplicates in SQL. Union will remove duplicates in SQL. Union will not remove duplicates in Power Center. Okay, 2 interview questions here. Now, whenever you do a union, so let's go back to union. Whenever you do a union between 2 tables, the columns have to be the same, and the columns should have the same names, and the columns should have the same sequence. Okay, is that clear? I cannot have emp ID, name, department ID here, and over here I cannot have emp ID, department ID, and name. Is that clear to everyone? Yes or no?
Yeah, so you have to have a same number of columns and
so you should have the same number of columns. The column names should be the same, and the column sequence should be the same. Okay, now I'm going to go mess up all these tables and I'm going to make it more complicated. So okay, let me emp underscore nv. Okay, let me emp underscore nv. Where is n? Okay, let me take this one. Okay, let me copy the SQL because I'm too lazy to type this again. So I'm going to drop this table. I'm going to drop this table. Okay, I'm going to create a brand new table because I'm too lazy to type select create statement. I'm going to create a new table. I'm going to call it emp underscore. What is the table I just dropped? I'm going to call it emp underscore wa. I'm going to create 3 columns. Okay, first one is going to be emp id, and this is going to be a number field. Second column is going to be department id, and this is going to be a number. See, automatically table name, column names, they all get converted to uppercase. See, as soon as I move my cursor, even though I'm typing in column name like this lowercase, it is getting converted to uppercase. Okay, clear? So I have data like this. So I have a table. The Nevada table has employee ID, comma, employee name and department ID. In this one, I switched it. Okay, and I will say okay. And let me refresh that. That table got created here, guys. Only you guys shouldn't use shortcuts. Okay, keep using the create table. Okay, now let me insert some. Oh wait, didn't I say? I want to rename this action column rename. I want to rename this as what? Emp underscore ID? Emp ID?
Emp ID.
Okay. Now, let me insert some data in this table. What does Nevada have? 1 Abdul 10 and 3 Sam 30. So I will include 1 10 Abdul. That all uppercase or lowercase? I will include data like this. Then I will insert a brand new row and 2 Atik. Oh, sorry, 220 and then Atik. Okay, I'm going to do a commit. Now, see the data in this table. I'm going to comment this out. See how data looks in these two tables. Okay. Now, one table has employee ID, which is good. The other table, the column names are switched, right? So when I execute my union statement, it will not work. When I execute my union statement, it will not work because it says expression must have the same column name, same data type, and the same sequence. Okay, so it's messed up now. How will I fix this? Can someone tell me how to fix this? This should be a very easy fix for this. This should be a very, very, very easy fix. Who can answer this? So I have data like this. I want to write a query which will display everything in one screen. How can I fix this?
You can write the column names.
Very good. I will not, guys, just not Nazrul. There are other people in the class. Please answer. Okay. So I will write over here. I will write emp ID, comma, emp underscore name and then comma department underscore ID. Now this will work. Why is this not working? Emp. Oh, emp underscore. Emp ID, right? Why is it saying invalid identifier? What's wrong? Hold on. There is something wrong here. Give me 1 second. Okay, now this will work because I'm renaming the sequence because the bottom table has emp ID, department ID, and emp name. So I just, when I put star, I will get emp ID, employee name, and when I put star, I will get employee ID, department ID, and department name. See, I have employee ID, department ID, and employee name. Now I'm specifying which columns I want to see in the display. Only then it will work now. If I put star, it will not work. Is this clear? Is this clear to everyone? Okay. Now I will cover one last thing and then we can end the class. Tables should have the same name. Tables should have this, columns should have the same name, both tables. Columns should have the same name, columns should have the same sequence, columns should have the same data type. Same name, this should all be the same when you do a union. Name, sequence, and data type. This should all be the same. Okay. First, we had everything in perfectly fine and it worked fine. So next, what did I do? I switched this to this and this to this, and that also worked fine. Now I'm going to change the data type. Okay, now I'm going to change the data type. So this is working fine, right? So this is working fine, right? Now I'm going to change department IDs from number to varchar. How do you normally change it? Alter statement, right? Altered statement state. And then now I'm going to change the data type here. I'm using a shortcut. Column, comment, rename, add, drop. Oh, it won't let me rename the column or no, change the data type. How can I change data type? I've never done it from here.
Does it from the table?
I've never done it from the shortcut. Rename, copy, drop, truncate, lock, parallel. Okay, it's okay. Let's just type in an alter statement. So how do you change the data type? Right now it's number. I want to change it to varchar. How do I change it? Alter. Oh, I already gave the answer. Alter table.
Table name.
Table name. And then next, what do you do? How do you change the data type? Nazrul, how do you change data type? Right now it's number, right? I want to change it to varchar. Right now it's varchar.
Oh,
Sorry, this one
right
is
now
number.
it's a number. Yeah.
Right now it's number. I want to change it to varchar. How would I do it? Alter table name, and then
You I think it's
yeah, that is right. Modify.
modify. Yeah.
That is right. Modify, and then guys, give me the complete answer. Let me, please don't ask me, make me ask you guys. You guys are attending classes. We covered this. I'm just asking a simple question here.
Modify the column name.
Yeah, modify department ID, and then
Then put the varchar 2.
and then I'm going to say I want to change it from number to varchar. Okay, varchar
Varchar 2.
2 is good enough. Okay, I knew this was the problem. Okay, you cannot change the data type. You cannot change a data type if the table is empty. Okay, I will have to truncate the table. I will have to truncate the table, make it empty. Okay, now I'm going to change the data type. Okay, it says table altered. Right now it says number. I'm going to refresh it. Now it says varchar, right? Okay, now let me insert some data into this table. Okay, what do I have in Nevada? I have in Nevada, I have Abdul and Sam. Okay, in this table I will insert into emp underscore w values, and I have one, so I will put 1 comma 10 comma Abdul, and then what the other value I will insert is 2 comma 20 comma Atik, and then I'll do a commit. Look at this data now. I have emp ID, emp name, department ID. So I have emp ID, emp name and emp name, department ID and department ID. Okay. Can I do a union right now? I should be able to do a union, right? Because the column names are matching, right? See what happens when I do a union. It will not work. Why? Because this department ID is
Data type is different.
the data type over here. This department ID is different than this department ID. This is number field and this is varchar. So what did I say? Everything should be the same. Column name should be same, sequence should be same, data type should be the same, right? So how will you fix this? Will you drop the table, reinsert the data with number field? No. Okay. So over here, you will just type in so over on the top, on the bottom, it is varchar, right? So I will just convert it to number like this. 2 underscore number, 2 underscore integer, I think.
Two numbers should work also, right?
2 underscore number, 2 underscore decimal, I think. Yeah, 2 underscore number, you're right. 2 underscore number will work. So I did not convert it. Actually, in the data, it is still varchar. In the table, it is still varchar. But only while displaying it, just for me to able to complete this union, I converted this to number. Is that clear? Is that clear to everyone? Now, I don't want to use 2 number here. Over here, I want to keep it as varchar only. Over here, I want to keep it as varchar only. So now this is varchar and this is number. So over here, so this is varchar. Let's keep it as varchar only. Over here, you can just go and type 2_char. 2_char will convert a number to a character. See, now it's also displaying. Is that clear? So column names, column sequence, and data types have to match for you to be able to do a union. Okay. If the column names do not, if the column sequences are not same, don't use star. Type in the column name. So what is a sequence here in this table? It's MPID, department ID, and name, right? It's MPID, department ID, and name. So if I put star, it will display something which is not matching here. So I explicitly mentioned what I want here. And then when the data type is incorrect, this is how you can fix by using 2_char, or you can use 2 here. If you don't want to use 2_char here, just use 2 here. You don't, because this is varchar here. So you have to convert this to varchar. If this is number, so you would have to convert this to number. So do either one way. Is this all clear?
Yeah. Abdullah, I want to see something. You close it or?
No, it's open.
Can you remove all from the union and run the query?
It will remove duplicates.
Oh, no, I just wanted to see. Oh, okay. It also sort the data, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
So let me quickly go through the interview question. I'll just need like 2 minutes. I already uploaded this interview questions batch 4. I think we should be done with 90%. What are the different joins? Yes. Where and having, you can answer. How do you find duplicates in a table? How do you delete duplicates in a table? Different constraints you have worked with. Performance tuning, we did it today. Trigger, I haven't showed yet. Okay, I haven't showed trigger. Difference between row ID and row num. Rank and dense rank, I will show. 2. Okay, this one I will show. 3. Index is done. DML and DDL and DML is done. Views is done. View and materialized view is done. Delete and truncate is done. This is done. This is done. NVL is done. Decode and case is done. Okay, 4. I need to show a sequence generator. How do you change the structure of the table? I just showed you. Okay, ltrim, lpad, rpad, I'll show this. SQL loader, I will show. So I have to show 5 or 6 things. Okay, so we will have a class tomorrow, and then we will have a class on Saturday and Sunday. Okay, we'll probably wrap up everything on Saturday itself. I don't think I'll need more than Saturday. We'll see. But anyways, Sunday will be my final class for SQL. Okay, we are going to do Power Center, and you guys will enjoy Power Centers. In Power Center, you do not have to type anything. It's all drag and drop. Okay. Anybody has any questions?
No.
Any questions? Okay, let me give assignment and we can discuss. What was the last assignment I gave? Assignment 6? Yeah, I gave assignment 6. Assignment 7. Okay, let me email this, okay? I'll email it to you. Okay, I'll see you guys tomorrow.